Okay, what if I told you that you could build those super complex AI applications, the kind that used to take teams months of work, in just a matter of hours? Well, that is the incredible promise of LangChain, and it's exactly why it has absolutely exploded as the most popular framework for AI development today.
So let's just start with a question that every developer in this space has to ask themselves. When you sit down to build a new AI app, are you mentally preparing for a project that's going to take weeks, maybe even months of grinding away? Or could it actually be done in just a few days?
Well, the answer to that, the thing that makes that huge jump from weeks to days possible, really just comes down to one thing: having the right toolbox. It's about having a framework that does all the heavy lifting for you.
To really appreciate just how powerful a good toolbox is, let's first talk about what it's like to build without one. Let's talk about the challenge of starting completely from scratch.
So imagine this. You want to build what seems like a simple chatbot, something that can answer questions about your company's internal documents. Without a framework, you literally have to code every single one of these steps by hand. You've got to load the documents, chop them up into little chunks the AI can handle, store all that in a special kind of database, then figure out how to pull out the right piece of info for any given question, format it perfectly for the AI model, and then build in all the logic to handle errors and retries. Whew, it is a massive amount of work.
Now, get this. That entire super complicated process we just walked through, the one that could easily eat up weeks of your time, with LangChain, you can get the exact same result in as few as 50 lines of code. I mean, come on. That is a complete and total game changer.
And that brings us right to the solution. Let's talk about LangChain itself, this elegant, powerful toolbox that was designed to solve these exact problems.
So what is LangChain really? At its core, the best way to think about it is like a giant set of Legos for AI. It gives you all these ready-made building blocks, all the components you could possibly need, and you just snap them together to build these incredibly powerful and sophisticated AI applications.
This quote just hits the nail on the head. Trying to build an AI app without LangChain is like wanting to build a house, but deciding you have to forge your own nails and cut your own lumber first. It's possible, sure, but it is incredibly slow and tedious. LangChain just hands you a complete, professional-grade toolbox from day one. So this all sounds great, but how does LangChain actually do all of this? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the core concepts that give it all that power and flexibility. The first big idea is chains, and they're pretty much what they sound like. Think of it like a little assembly line. A chain might take a user's question, use that to search a document, send the relevant text over to an AI model to get an answer, and then format that answer nicely for the user. LangChain makes linking all these steps together just incredibly simple.
Next up, we have agents, and this is where things get really smart. An agent is an AI that you can give a set of tools to, like a search engine or a calculator, and it can intelligently decide which tool to use and in what order to solve whatever complex problem you throw at it. It's like giving your AI its own little brain to reason with.
And finally, there's memory. This one is absolutely crucial for making good apps that people actually want to use. Memory gives your application the ability to remember what was said earlier in a conversation. This is what turns a series of robotic, isolated questions and answers into a natural, flowing dialogue.
Okay, so we've covered the how, but now let's get to the what. What are the actual practical things people are building with LangChain, and who exactly is building them?
The use cases are just huge. You've got people building systems that let you literally chat with your PDFs and company wikis. There are sophisticated customer support chatbots, tools that can automatically generate blog posts and marketing copy, and even AI-powered assistants for doing research and data analysis.
And the user base is just as diverse. This isn't just for one type of group. We're seeing startups use it to build out new features super fast, individual developers creating really powerful apps, huge enterprises building out internal knowledge tools, and of course, researchers and students using it to prototype the next wave of AI systems.
Okay, so this brings us to a really practical question. With all this power and all this flexibility, how do you actually know if LangChain is the right choice for your specific project?
So here's the bottom line. LangChain is the perfect choice if you want to build something quickly, if you need to connect a bunch of different tools together, or if you're building production-grade apps using common patterns like RAG, that's Retrieval Augmented Generation, basically fetching data to help the AI answer questions. But on the other hand, if all you're doing is making one simple call to an AI model, or if you need absolute granular control over every tiny detail for performance, then yeah, it might be a bit of overkill.
It also really helps to see where LangChain fits into the bigger picture.
It absolutely shines when it comes to flexibility, and that community support, it is by far the largest, which is a huge deal. Of course, there are alternatives. Llama Index, for example, is amazing for really document-heavy tasks. But for general, all-purpose AI apps, LangChain is kind of the go-to for a reason.
All right, let's wrap this up by taking a final look at LangChain's position in the industry and why it has become such a key player in the future of AI. If you need just one metric to understand how widely adopted this is it. Over 70,000 stars on GitHub. Now that's not just a vanity number, it represents a massive amount of community trust. It means thousands of companies are using it in production, and it's a powerful signal of just how reliable and important this framework has become.
So let's just sum it all up. LangChain is the #1 framework for building AI applications today, period. It radically simplifies development with its Lego-like components, it's supported by a huge and active community, and it is the proven, production-ready choice for any serious AI development.
And that really leaves us with one final big question to think about. When the barrier to creating these powerful, intelligent applications is lowered so dramatically, what are the new ideas, the new products, and the new possibilities that are suddenly unlocked for everyone?